Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. You can watch the show live at the website for this show, which is called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. You can also make donations there to jump to the top of the queue. I call that the 8 no wait. I already have a couple of people that did make donations. It looks like a busy night tonight. Usually it is. So that's the 8 no wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. That's at spiritmediumtv.com. Also, you can watch the show live. It's on that page, spiritmediumtv.com. And also, you can learn about the Free for Me. What the heck is that? The Free for Me allows you to get a third more time free than that for which you pay. So if you bought 30 minutes, you get 10 more for free if you use Radio Show Key when you book your private session. And all of that is explained at spiritmediumtv.com. That's the Free for Me. Use Radio Show Key when booking your private session. Explained at spiritmediumtv.com. So we have a pretty busy queue tonight. I think I just had my other person call in. Yeah, 847. That would be Francine. Hi, Franny. I hear you. I see you. I didn't put you in the queue yet. I didn't name you in my queue, but I know who you are. She has made a donation. We already have Donna who's made a donation. Not that I'm trying to get you to jump to the top of the queue by making a donation, although it does go in part to a local charity which rescues beautiful animals. So if you are so inclined, you may do so. And I will, after our focus subject for this evening, I will check to see if anybody else has made a donation. Okay, so what is our focus subject for tonight? Hopefully it's something that's useful to you. I had read or heard recently that we can develop an out-of-body experience skill set. And when we jump out of our body, under the guidance of some kind of a training or class or something that you're in, and learn how to, what's the word for it, stabilize ourselves so that we can become functional in that state, that we can help our manifesting efforts in the outer body state. So I thought that was oh so very, very fascinating. There's a guy by the name of William Buhlman, Buhlman, I think. I think that's the spelling of the name. And he is a very well-known individual who specializes many, many decades of experience in teaching out-of-body experiences and has written books on it. But anyway, so I started an article on this subject, and it is on the website, my website, spiritmediumtv.com. Being a page on my website, it is there as new channeled manifesting technique. And if you're listening to this at a future point in time, you can find it by going to Spirit Medium TV and using the hourglass for searching at the top of the page and put in there new channel manifesting technique. And you'll find this article. And so I did some channeling on what Spirit would say, what the ones would say. And to my amazement, they said, all you need to do before you go to sleep at night is focus on what you want to work on, what you want your astral body to work on in the astral plane. Because sleep is, by default, an outer body experience. Wow. Whoa. Oh, it's so easy. So I have been trying this the last couple of days. One of my caveats in doing this is by the time I'm ready to go to sleep, I forgot about doing it, or I'm just too tired. I fall asleep while I'm trying to do it. But in any event, if you're not as sloppy as I am, you can simply focus in on what you want to create before you go to sleep, asking your subconscious to help you with this, or your soul, whatever you want to do. It really doesn't matter just that you set intention. It doesn't matter how you do it, but it does matter if you set intention. If you're asking for yourself to help yourself do this while you sleep. And you can also just think of it as like prayers, right? Prayers before bedtime. So simple. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't you think of that and tell me? Anyway, so we're going to do a little prayer, meditation, energy connection, and then I will go to the phone lines and see what is up for all of you. We look like we're going to have a pretty busy night tonight. So everybody listening, if you would please sit back in your respective locations and uncross your arms and legs and start to breathe from your abdomen, breathing in deeply. And on the exhale, allowing everything to just gently flow out of your body, and all stress or tension, asking for spirit to come in, breathing in deeply. And on the exhale, focusing in on what your questions are tonight, or what souls you want to come in for the mediumship, if that's what you want. Wanting mediumship, that means connecting to the spirit realm and deceased loved ones. Asking for deceased loved ones to come in. And also, by the way, the soul that comes in will probably be the one who needs to come in and is best able to communicate at this point in time. So be open to who does come in, even if it's not who you're banking on or wanting very much. We have to cooperate with spirit, right? Not just what we want, it's also what they want and what they're able to do. And so while you do that, focusing in on your issues mentally and also calling in your loved ones, if that's what you want, I'm going to go off and silently invoke the Master Prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release into your space your energy, and I will create a virtual psychic connection. One moment, please. Good. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little sleepy. A lot of orange today in the room. A lot of orange. Orange in the room meaning our psychic connection, and orange meaning color of creativity. So I'm going to go to the first person who's made a donation, and that would be Franny. And Franny is wanting another side connection. And I'm going to open your line now, Franny. Same here, my dear. Same here. Thank you so much for your donation, which goes in part. Yeah, goes in part to help animals. So you've asked for mediumship, and we're going to see who's there for you. Remember to be very open to who does come in. And let me begin. This is for France. I have your full name, but I won't say that out loud for the purpose of privacy. I had felt before a mother figure, but I also feel a father figure for you. So I'm going to go with who's wanting to step forward at the moment. Bear with me, honey. And of course, father figure could mean a myriad of different people, including father-in-laws and uncles, even if it's not a direct father, or grandparents or grand uncles. So it's just an older male has authority sense to you. That's all I can say right now. Let's see who wants to step forward. You got to show yourself to me, sir. Would you know, I have to probably give you a little bit more. There is a male who steps forward before me, Franny. He looks like he's carrying extra weight in his midsection in particular. He also looks like he would have liked to smoke at some point in his life, if not always. I can only say I'm getting a snapshot of smoking. He also is wearing a little bit of a fedora hat, meaning he might have worn one when it was more fashionable to do so in the past. He's also wearing a shirt, and this does not seem to fit you and your last name. So I'm still going to give it to you. But he's wearing what would be called the style of shirt is something I might have seen the late 50s or 60s. It's kind of a Cuban style shirt. Do you know what I mean when I say that, honey? Cuban style. All right. So it's got short sleeves. It's material, not knitted or anything. And it's buttoned up the front with a collar. It's got like stripes in the way it was put together, not striped material. So there's got like a segment of material that's going down both sides. It's in a gray white kind of pattern and print, and he's wearing a bit of a hat and he's smoking a bit. Okay, something else going on here with him. He would have liked music, or he would have played music, and he's showing me a saxophone. Would this make any relevance to you, please? All right. All right. So we got the smoking, we got the hat, we got the shirt, we got the extra weight on him, and he does distinctly show me beyond his shoulder a saxophone. So maybe he did like sax, but we'll just put that on the side for a moment. A few things he wants to show me. 1 second, please. I have to clear the image because something is overstepping it. Something that I would know, and I don't want to influence it. Okay. All right. He's got his mouth open. He's talking. I don't hear him, but he's saying I was a loud talker. I had a voice that people heard. So he's kind of chatty kind of individual. I believe that would be a personality quality, and also very vocal person. Very vocal, likes to talk. Smart, intellectual at times, but not always. What do you mean by that, sir? Not always intellectual. Sometimes he could be just a basic kind of guy, if you will, but he has a brain. He's a smart person. So I would say, okay, continue with description. I was going to interpret those words, but he wants to continue. Even tempered individual, not a brawling person, not like he would be aggressive or anything, but he did like to talk and communicate. And he also says he was a father figure for you at one point in your time, in your life, but not for your full life because he wasn't around as you got older. And he also brings me to the mother's side, your mother's side of the family. Now, these additional pieces of information, do they fit who you're thinking of? Okay. Don't you? Okay. That's fine. So, do you know anything? Did your mother have a brother, please? Okay. So there's something about brother in this. Okay. So I'm going to leave that alone for a moment. Brother is something lateral to your mother. Uh, and so if he's not chatty, we'll just go with mother's side of the family. Would he fit your grandfather or brother to your grandmother, please? Okay. Well, he says he was around for part of your life. So we're going to have to try to let him continue to develop this a little bit. He is musical, very musical. He's just music is part of the family that he's in. So you're going to have to be a little bit broader, probably, in how you're interpreting this. Music is important in the family. Okay, well, I'm going to ask him if he can give me anything else. Do you know a name that starts with an R like Ray or Raymond? Okay. Do you have a son, please? Okay. Hmm. Well, this is an interesting character then. Okay, I'm going to ask him if he can give me. Okay, then also heart illness towards the end of his life. Heart attack, not healed from that. Just cardiovascular, and again, you don't know who this is. Well, you were thinking, does it fit the heart attack issue? Does it fit the one you were thinking of, please? Okay. All right. And the name Ray or Raymond, you can hold for anyone, please. It doesn't have to be that person. Okay. So there's an R name that sounds, it looks like Ray or Raymond, and that you may not remember it right now, but write it down. Um, and the person you're thinking of, again, he might have had music in the family or might have been musical, but you may not know about that. No. Would you know everything about this person, honey? The one you're thinking of? Oh, I don't know why he would show that then. So let's just go through everything then. Your father had extra weight in the midsection, yes? All right. And he might have worn a Cuban style shirt, maybe late 50s, early 60s. It didn't really say no to you. You could have seen him in that. Very possible. And the cigarette resonated for you. You could see he was a smoker at one. Yeah. Ah, and also, he does show me something. He does show me his face, which I didn't say before. But I see that little fedora hat, which might have been worn at that time, when it was in style. And now period. Would Dad have had dark circles under his eyes as a distinctive characteristic, please? Yeah, 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 yeah. And would you understand brown eyes? Dark hair, brown eyes. Okay. I do see some salt and pepper, some lighter color in the hair, also. And maybe he's giving me sort of a composite of different times, but putting it all in the same bundle, if you will. He's showing me that, so I'm going to go with your father, okay, love, and everything else that's extraneous is either to be confirmed or it's not relevant, but we'll go with 80% of what we have. Um, there's also something about near the passing time, the end of his life. He's saying that there was a lot of coughing. Would you know that? Were you around or privy to that? All right. Well, he's giving me that as like sort of what's going on at the very end, coughing. He also says that your mother is with him too in the spirit realm, meaning she would have been uh, transitioned. Yes? All right. So that's why I felt mother and father. And I see her now as she's slender build and more on the petite side. I see hair that she prefers to show it to me this way. But first, before I continue, would you agree mom was a petite in size? Well, not heavy, she's slender. I want to just isolate slender. Okay. Uh, and she also is petite in height, which I wanted to break it down a little bit. She's got a frail bone structure, very pretty woman. She's a nice little small nose. She has high cheekbones, nice eyes, very light and sprightly looking. She's got a nice smile on her face right now. She has even features. And she's also got her hair the way she wants to show it to me now is nicely coiffed. It's a little on the shorter side, but it has this sort of like flip thing going on around the ears and stuff, like as if it was puffy on the top and comes down and kind of flips up a little bit around the ears. Would that have been distinctive for mom's hairstyle, please? Could be. All right. She also shows me that, and this is probably just symbolic, but Mom, are you sure you want me to say this? Feels like as if she's wearing a little bit of a crown on her, as if to say she was kind of you know, I don't know, maybe I don't know how to interpret that, but she's wearing a little bit of a headband or a little bit of jewelry in her hair to make her look almost like a queen, if you will. And she's a very, very pretty woman. And she also shows me other things like, I don't know if this can be taken literally, but like in her youth, she might have done something where she would have had to wear a costume and maybe uh, done something like on ice, maybe dancing or something like that. Would mom have been in kind of a performance mode when she was younger? Because she's showing me these images that are kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. Okay. She's wearing a very pretty outfit. Yeah, very beautiful outfit with sequins and all. And it seemed like something athletic, either dancing or figure skating. I didn't see the gymnast, but that's very close to that. She says she loved her life on Earth very much. She thanks you for allowing her to come in this evening. She says you're very busy with work right now and you're home. Again, I see male around you through her eyes. And you say you do not have a son, but it feels younger. So would you have a grandson? Uh, a couple. All right. So that's where the son thing would come in. She sees them also. She knows about work in the home. I want to clarify that for you, honey, to give you a personal message. What do you mean about mommy about work? You're working a lot on the home. You're taking care of things now, getting things out of the way. And it seems like you're readying for some sort of change in the home, either a move or something else. Would that make sense to you, please? Oh, you're thinking of it. Well, let me ask Mom this. Mom, are you trying to tell her that she's going to do it? I'm not good. Okay, so Mom says, I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm not going to tell you will do it, but I think you will do it. And also, she says to you, it is the right thing at this time. It is a good idea. There's a sense of being closer to your, I think, your offspring, maybe your grandchildren, with that move and that transition. It would be very good for you, and it was a very good idea. So that is her message for you this evening, my dear. And I want to thank you so much, Franny, for allowing Spirit. Well, thank you, love. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay. And so I'm moving now to Donna, who has also made a donation. Donna, my blessed friend. Hi. Yes. Okay. Uh, no, I never use that. Just give me the question and I'll ask what I need, honey. Go ahead. All right. So now these are the kind of questions that are good questions because other questions I'm not my spirit gift. Everybody's got different gifts. I don't do fortune telling as much. Like this going to happen, that's going to happen. So let's look at him. His first name is Andrew, and give me the first letter of his last name, please. Oh, okay. He's got a lot of A's. It's interesting if you ever do numerology. A is an air sign. It means things about the personality. But let me just go to his energy and see what's going on with him. And there is no what's going to happen. There always is likely outcome. In other words, probabilities. Nothing is set in stone. You know this. So bear with me for a moment. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm going to give you a full, I'm going to give you a spectrum of things to consider because there might be probable things to look at. Let me just get his energy and then we'll go to that. Andrew A. I need to get him his energy and then we'll come up with the answer. Does he have dark hair, please, Donna? Yes or no? Yes, he does. He's dark now. Okay. He's a smart guy, a very smart guy. He is intelligent. He's not stupid. He's left some things out of his life at the time, and that would have something to do with the homelessness. I'm not quite sure what spirit means by that just yet. Don't say anything, Donna, honey. Just let me unveil this. Well, he does want to make progress. He does want to get out of his own way. He feels he's made some mistakes. He'd like to have a fresh start. He is asking someone to help him, and I'll see what they mean by that. He would need help. He would like help. You may not know, you may be thinking, well, maybe he doesn't even want help. But I hear he does want and need help. I feel that he would have probably asked his father for help, or he wishes his father would help him. I feel there's a no on that for him. He's not getting help from the family. No one really wants to concern themselves with his welfare because it feels like he's failed a few times before, and he's on the outs now with everyone. Would you just please give me yes or no, honey? I want to control what you're revealing. Would you know that, honey? Could you agree with that? Yes, no, or maybe? All right. So he's very, very, I see him almost ready to cry. He's despondent, very, very despondent. He knows he's made mistakes, but he doesn't know how to fix them. He, he also, even if you helped, would probably do the same thing again. And I'm going to why. I'm going to find out. He can't help himself. He's really ill, mentally ill. He's got an illness, really can't help himself. So now, if you consider a person is ill and you know that they're in a very bad state, what do you do? What do you really do? I'm going to try to project for you and him because I have a similar situation. My family, and the outcome was already it's already been stated, but I don't want to influence my answer. So I have to focus on you, make sure I give you your answer. What should she do with Andrew? Can Donna help and or not? What can be done, please? He needs to ask for help in his way first before anyone can help him. So the answer is to allow him to figure this out himself, and he will. They're telling you abeyance is in order, immediate, meaning to allow him to find his level. And he will be asking for help, but he will be doing it in a different way now, not from the family, but more from a systematic approach of healing. A systematic approach of healing. And he will find his way out of this, but he needs to do it on his own now. There can be no more enabling, no more helping. Yeah, it's hard to say that, but this is important. Okay, the answer is that he will get healed. If I'm going to say anything, the probabilities are that he will find help. He will get healed. But the thing is, he needs to go to the authorities for help. Now, what does that mean, authorities? It means a systematic approach for healing. It could be a 12-step program. It could be something that helps with this kind of illness, if you will. And his girlfriend can be told this. He needs to go for help. He needs to go to get well, and he needs to ask for it. You can't do it. This is part of your message. You can't do it for him. No one can do it for him. He has to do it himself. Now, in my family, I have a nephew, and very similar to you. My sister got a call from his friends. It's her son. He was up in New Jersey. She was down here in Florida, and they said he's in the gutter, homeless, and he's almost dead. He was a heroin addict. And my sister called me up, just someone to run it against, not for any other reason. She didn't know what to do. And I says, well, I think you need to go and do a rescue. And he did go through a 12-step program. So it's a different situation. Your answer is a little different. Your answer is that he's a survivor. He knows what he has to do. And he will be reaching out for help from a systematic approach for healing. And you do not need to worry about him per se. You can do prayer, but he's a survivor kind of person, and he's not as bad as my nephew maybe, or as perhaps his girlfriend thinks he is. So that's the answer that I can give you tonight. It's a good answer, actually. I think it's not, I think he will be fine, is the answer. I see him reaching out to some systematic approach for healing. It could be a homeless shelter. It could be, I think it's going to be something like that. But is he in drugs, honey? Because it feels like he's in drugs. Yeah. don't want to go that far, but I'm going to say this, that the only way he's going to get out of this is if he takes the action and goes to a program. Finding a homeless shelter is not a program, but they can refer him to a program. But there are many programs out there that are either funded by the government or funded privately to help people who are in these situations with drug related uh, falling down, a downward cycle in their life. So he needs to ask the authorities for help, whatever that is. It could be going to a 12-step program, could be a Narcanon meeting or a Narcon, whatever they call it. They've got all the names, right? And then they'll know, they'll have it all set up for him where to go. But he's going to do it. Well, you sound, yeah, I'm getting right now that he's in some kind of emotional trouble, and I think it's drugs. And I doubt that he's going to be accepted by the military when he's got this thing going on. You're going to show up homeless and desperate looking? No, I don't think that would work. Well, I'm not really in a position to say whether or not he'd be accepted into the military. I don't know to that question, and I'm not getting the answer. What I think the most important thing is that he asked for help from the authorities right now, and that would be my reference. You say to him and to say to his girlfriend, he needs to go get into a program for healing. Exactly. Exactly. It's survival first, and then we learn to flourish, hopefully. Okay? All right. Well, all right, love. Thank you so much. And my condolences for the situation, but it is going to get better. So you'll be okay. Yeah. Thank thank you. Bye. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, it looks like some people have gone into a donation mode here. I don't know what happened. There's like, no Donna's in there. Okay, Donna's the only one. Okay, good. All right. I just took care of Donna, so that's good. And we don't have any more donations. So I'm now going to the general phone lines, which is great. I'm going to first person who called in, and that would be Crystal. Hello, Crystal. Crystal? Crystal must have stepped away for a moment. So I'm going to put her back in the queue. I'm going to go to T. Hello, T. How are you? Hi, sweetheart. So you had a question about a dream. Let's see what we can get for you. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Well, you know what, don't you know, do you know what a snake symbolizes? Male energy. Sexual energy. Okay. So let me just go, I'm going to say it on a couple of different levels, but the first level is, and the snake could also be somebody who's betraying you, betraying. Usually it's a symbol of, it's a phallic symbol. Okay? So let me just go now to spirit level and see what they say. Many ways to interpret dreams. I can give you this is how I usually interpret a dream. I open up the book of dream symbols and I find the symbol, and then I go from there. It sort of like motivates me to get the answer. But let's see, I'm just going to go right into a channeling mode and see what comes in for you, my dear. You're going through something very, very healing in your life, actually. That you're trying to get rid of something. And it would be a lot of male energy in you is very dominant. You have a lot of male energy, very dominant personality. You love your personality, nothing wrong with it. Everybody else loves it too. I'm just saying there's a lot of male energy in your life and in you. You don't like the male energy sometimes because it puts you off track. So you're trying in the dream to symbolize that it would be put under wraps and it would not affect you any longer, particularly in the area of career and work. And that this other woman, your part of the dream is that somebody else could help you, but that she might get hurt by it as well. Hurt by your male energy or just the idea of male energy. I need to go a little deeper. Hold on 1 second, please. I'm going to try to channel on this. Please, guides for T, come in. We are here. We are your guides. You're asking for help from heaven and spirit to help you in healing yourself and your life. The healing is in the dream of releasing the anima or the angst within you that keeps you off course constantly. The snake is that symbol of something that distracts you. We have mentioned healing energy. Healing energy can come from many places and many realms. You are asking for healing energy in your life that you would not go off track any longer and that you would be on track. The phallic symbol, the idea that the snake is a male energy or something not to be trusted or harmful, is part of the symbolism you're using for yourself. In other words, the snake puts you off point for who you are, and you're looking to contain it so you can remain on course and on track for where you want to go in your career, in your health, and in your healing. Now, the outcome is not so much what we say it is, but more what you make it is. You're asking us if it can be healed, and we are saying to you, yes, it can be healed. You will release the anima, the snake, from your life soon, and you will be on course in a healing way to accomplish what it is you want in this world, this lifetime. No longer will you have to deal with distractions, particularly if male energy in your life, which holds you back from realizing your true nature, which is a spiritual person who has much to accomplish on earth, which has to do with helping and healing others. Do not let the snake get in your way. Okay, so do you understand what that means? All right, does it make sense for your life now, honey? Yeah, it could mean that. It could mean that too. It all means the same. Go ahead. Yeah. And so the male, right, you have male energy, but there could be literally a male distracting you, but it all comes down to the same thing, you being distracted from fulfilling your purpose. That's what it symbolizes. And so the male energy or the person that you're thinking of is also distracting, but you allow it to distract you. So you're trying to not get distracted anymore and to focus on who you are, where you're going, and also your own self esteem. And so when I said you have a lot of male energy, you do and you also, which puts you off track, but it also could mean that there are people that have male energy that put you off track. The snake is a distraction. The snake is you being tempted to go off track. So don't be tempted. Go continue on your path, and you will find that doors will open for you now sooner than you think that will put you on your dream, will bring you to what you really want in life. And so, but there more message: be careful for what you ask for because it is coming. You will love it very much, and no need to muse over the past or think about the past. The future is on its way to you, and you will have everything that you're wanting. You will not be disturbed any longer by distractions of a male energy sort. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. You see, quite often women are born. How do I say this? The traditional role of a woman, which I think is severely disempowering, is to look to a man to support her. This is traditional. Of course, nowadays women are thinking in terms of, career and all that, and money and making their dreams come true. But if you don't have a lot of money, and if you want to have a family, as a woman, you're going to carry that child in your body, and then you've got to, it helps to have someone around to help you, right? So, by our nature, our innate physical nature, we are dependent on men for many, many things in life, for feeling our heart is complete, for providing a family, maybe allowing us to have a child, being there for us, so on and so forth. And so, women quite often get distracted from their purpose if it's not to procreate, uh, or in addition to procreation, by the male energy. And it's very important for women to always focus in on their God-given gifts to express them. It doesn't mean we don't like male energy. We just need to understand where it sits in the whole play of things. So don't let yourself get distracted. Everything is coming to you that you want, and that'll all work its way out. You don't need to worry about male energy. You'll have a man in your life that's right for you. Okay, my dear? Thank you so much, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to Crystal. Are you there, Crystal? Oh, Crystal fell asleep. Okay, Crystal, put her off the phone. I think she was sleeping. That was funny. Crystal, maybe next time. I'll try you again. I won't do that. I don't want to wake you up. Okay. She must have gotten she must be very tired. All right, coming to Sonia. Sonia? Hi. That was cute. I don't know if you heard that, but I figured out it sounded like somebody was snoring. Yeah, I could hear his snoring. I know, it's so funny. She fell asleep waiting. She must have had a hard day. All right, love. So what can spirit do for you this evening? Well, okay. As I was, she's overall a good person. I got messages for you while you were talking, so you may have to repeat the question later. But let me just give you what I got. Overall, she's a good person. She means well. Okay, but she wants to control you. Okay, she's. Let me just finish. The one that you were talking about, because that's the messages coming in. So if it doesn't resonate, then you'll let me know in a moment, but let me just give you what came in. Okay. So overall, she's a good person, but she wants to control you. She's unhappy with herself and needs you to help her in some way. But it feels like she's trying to smother you, control you. And you said you've been having conflict there with her? No, don't tell me everything. Don't tell me everything. I just want you to verify that she's one. I forgot you're having conflict, is what you said, and you just said yes. That's all I need to know right now. That's fine. There's a yes on that. Okay. Now give me her initials, please. Okay. Now, what do you want me to tell you with JD? There was a question there. Without giving me too much info, just go to the question, JD, about her. What to do about her, or what was the question? Okay. Should you continue with the scenario of the meeting on Skype? Is that what you mean, love? Okay. Oh, okay, let me just ask you this. You mean continuing to have meetings with her on Skype, a general kind of thing, or is this one meeting? I'm confused. Oh, the ongoing thing, the ongoing meeting. Let's see now. Okay, so I got a lot of information. She wants you to help her, but it feels like she wants you to help her in her own way. She's very controlling. She's a very disorganized person. She doesn't really know what she wants or how to get there. She is looking to you for guidance. She feels younger than you. If she's not literally chronologically younger, then she's a younger soul than you, does not have the understanding that you have. Very confused about herself. She needs to grow up some and mature. The only way that someone like that can mature is if they learn how to take care of themselves, Spirit is saying, and not for you to be the one there. And that if you were to try to interject and try to be what she's trying to put you in the role of being, that you, in effect, would be manipulated, get this one, by her to enable her to stay juvenile. It's an interesting, yeah. She really wants to stay stuck. Okay? So you have a choice. Yeah, because she doesn't want to take personal responsibility. Okay, so you have a choice. You can continue to have your interplay with her on Skype, but you need to set boundaries in your mind in particular. So you could either say to yourself, I don't want to interact with her at all, or I want to interact with her on the level I want to interact with her, but I'm not her savior. I'm not her keeper. I'm not responsible for her happiness or what happens to her. And right? And so it's difficult, but I feel you really want to have that connection. I mean, she's a sister, but you don't want to be put in this position where you're ultimately responsible for her happiness. Ain't working out that way. Sorry. So so you know what you could do is you could continue to meet with her online, but when she gets into those situations that you really don't want to talk about, you can try a couple of things. One is I hear you, honey. And I know you're a very wise person and you can figure it out yourself. So that way you're putting the responsibility back to her. If she continues to go on about it, which she probably will, you can say, well, I have to go now. Okay, I have to go take care of something. Uh, Whatever it is, have yourself set up that way. Have a friend come. Oh, my friend just texted me. It's emergency. Got to go. And after a while, she's going to get the hint that when she goes in that direction, it's like training a puppy. When that puppy does that, it's not good. So you have, right? And then you can continue having a connection, but not be in that position she's putting you in until she grows. Until she, and she's responsible for her own happiness. Go ahead. No, is there an older sister, honey? Is that the one you talk about now? The older one? Okay. Yeah. Good. They just told me it was the old. Well, yeah. Give me her initials, the older one, please. All right. Well, I get it. She doesn't want to get involved right now. She won't help you with this matter. But let me tell you this. Nobody should be helping your younger sister with these matters. She needs to grow up. So your older sister is taking a good stance, but she doesn't, it's instinctive. She really doesn't know why, but she knows it's like a hornet's nest. Get involved in that, you get dragged down. So yeah. So stay out of the hornet's nest. Wear your bee hat or whatever else. But don't allow her to manipulate you into being her savior because you're not. Because then she's just going to blame you and never take personal responsibility. All right, love. Oh, all right. Thank you so much. Honey. Thank you, love. Bye. 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 Thanks. Bye. Bye, honey. Okay. I have a. What happened to number 4? There's a number 4 that floated away. Okay, good. I'm going to Cindy, who's wanting an other side connection. Hi, Cindy. I'm great. I'm great. I would reopen the other line, Crystal, but it sounded like she was snoring, and I don't want to make her snore again on the air. So, so, so you lucked out. Let's go to you. All right. So All right, so let's see who wants to pop forward for you. This is Cindy. She's calling from 386 area code. I use those things as vibrational coordinates, if you will. Okay, so there's a father figure for you that presents and steps forward. I'm going to see if I can develop that a little bit for you. And there's also a mother figure for you, too. There's also a younger male for you as well. It could be an offspring in the family. It could be a younger brother to you. It could be a son to you. It could be a younger male of some sort. The woman figure, the father doesn't do much. He's just not even presenting much. But I see a mother figure. Could be a grandma. Could be your mother. Could be an aunt. You know, it'd be flexible right now. But she is carrying extra weight on her, and she's wearing a house dress. And she's showing me a few things. Let me see if I can get them out of her. She looks worn out and tired, and she's wearing a sweater, and she has glasses on. She looks like her face is hanging a bit. She's showing me not the way she literally looks in spirit, but she's trying to give me relevant visions of what she would have looked like on Earth. She's like a grandmother type, where she's an older woman. You recognize? Okay. Yeah, and everything's hanging on her. Like the sweater hangs a bit, the face hangs a bit, and her hair's hanging. It's a little bit curly, but it's like it's on the shorter side. It looks. And there's this younger male, and which I believe is to her. The younger male is to her, and not as much you. And I think it's your father. We go back to your father again, because I believe this is grandma and father's side. Would that make sense, please, from what you're thinking? Okay. Okay, well, she might be with him then. All right. Well, she's trying to show me your father. It's, there is a who's okay. All right. Well, okay. So I feel the male spirit, which is your father. Your mother, your grandmother, and your mother's side presents him to me, and then we still have the younger male, which would be your brother-in-law. If okay. So, let's just see who wants to talk. I can't develop every soul tonight, but okay. So we're going to just stick with grandma and mother's side for now, and she's showing me that she has a problem with her lungs. Would you know that, please? Problem with lungs. Pneumonia. Okay, she's coughing and sneezing, and she's got a rough time of it towards the end of her life. Of course, her immune system is weak, and she's getting ready to transition. At that time when she transitioned, there are people in the room with her. She's not alone. She has a beautiful time going to God. I don't know if you know that because you probably were young, but that's what she's saying. Okay, do you want to say anything else to your beautiful granddaughter? Or do you want to bring someone else in that's close to her, please? Just she wants to say to you just that I love you and thanks for taking care of me in the home when you came. Now, was she in a home, a care facility of some sort? Okay. Did you ever visit her in the nursing home, love? Okay. Well, she's grateful for that. Very grateful for your companionship because at that time it was difficult for her. Very lonely, she says. I was alone. I was afraid. Now, you're saying dementia, Alzheimer's, but she's shown me fear. It might have been fear of being alone and maybe losing her faculties, but your coming provided for her great solace and communication. There's also she's showing me something of candy. Did you bring her candy when you would visit, please? Because she's showing me that little things. Yeah. All right. Well, she's showing me that. I just want you to know she loves you very much, and she wants you to know how important that was to her, because it was very hard having the dementia as she did and not being able to fully express herself to anyone. And even, you know, she's letting you know this because you might not know it, because you might not have been communicating very well at that time. I let you know how important, and actually everyone out there to know that when we visit people who have dementia or Alzheimer's, even though they're not speaking or they may not be able to communicate fully, that presence we have, that love that we give, is very much received and appreciated, and specifically for her to you. Your father said something about your father. He's here too. Please give him your love. He needs a lot of healing in the spirit space right now. He's not yet over something that happened to him when he was on earth. He's healing now, and soon he will be up and about in the spirit realm, but right now he's getting over something. And she's using the word cardiac arrest. Did father have a cardiac issue, please? Okay. Well, he's healing from that. That's why he's not speaking. I know this sounds strange, but she's saying that's why he's not speaking now, because he's still in a space of healing from that situation, that demise. There's a suddenness to it, or a suddenness, a retraction of life that he was not expecting that. So I don't know if you know that or not. Does that make sense to you? She says he wasn't expecting a heart attack. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, she's saying that he wasn't, even though he had all these illnesses and everything else, he wasn't expecting. There's a suddenness. Maybe, you know, maybe he's got a languidness really well, but suddenly he's gone. And that really upset him a lot, transitioning like that. I think he might have been hopeful of healing before he left. And yeah. Yeah, it was sudden. And so he's still in a place or a space of healing for the trauma. And she says to his heart, it's not just meaning physical heart, but emotional heart of leaving Earth so soon. He felt before his time and had hopes of healing while he was on Earth. He's sorry that he left his family this way. He's sorry that he didn't have a chance to say the right goodbyes. And there was not a lot of preparation for this transition. He loves you. He's not speaking, she's speaking. And I'm going to give you his words through her. He loves you all very much, he says. I know it seems odd that I would be speaking for him right now, but he just needs more time to go through a transition process, which is not fully complete yet. Now, Grandma, are you saying that he's not in the light? Because sometimes this could mean that, Cindy. No, he's in the light, she says, but he's just not fully recovered yet. He is completely in the spirit realm, but he's in sort of a healing place, like a spirit hospital, if you will. Now, if you've never seen the movie No So Lar, I think it's called No So Lar. It's from it's a Brazilian thing. Javier something or other wrote the book, and then there's a movie on it. It's the spirit world, and it's a Brazilian movie. I think it's dubbed in English. I'm going to put it on my search engine just to see if I can get the right information for you. It would be a very nice movie for you to look at. It's called Astral City, A Spiritual Journey. And you can see it in movie YouTube. It's Astral City, A Spiritual Journey. And it's also called Nosso, Nosso Lar. And it's a very wonderful thing. And in there, it expresses what I'm saying is souls come into the spirit kingdom quite often unhealed, and they go into a hospital. And then they show you in the movie, it's so beautiful. The way it's shown is how certain souls have a service where they're healing people, and they come in, they put light and beautiful lights, colored lights, rainbow lights over souls to help heal them and put the energy in sync, put them back into an organized, cohesive state. So it might be an interesting, it came up for you the way it was described by your grandmother. So anyway, Cindy, I want to say thank you so much for calling in. We're out of time this evening. I hope that it's to you, love. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. I look forward to working with you again next week. Same time, same place. Namaste.